All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to a tarot reading. It's been a little while since we've done one of these, and if you're clicking on this and you're like, wait a minute, isn't this a booktube channel? Yes, it mostly is, but the OGs will know that I actually started as a tarot channel and then I kind of transitioned into booktube, so it's like a different type of reading. So if you are interested, please stick around. Maybe you've never done one of these before, or maybe you have. This is a pick a card reading where you get to pick one of these different piles and see what message is in store for you. And if you're really more interested in the book content, then feel free to click on another one of my videos. But if you've never done one of these, I think it'd be kind of cool if you stuck around and you can see if there's a message that resonates with you. Now, how this works, if you've never done one before, this is pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. So there's going to be one of these that kind of sticks out to you a little bit. If you kind of look at them and then you kind of see, okay, actually, this one is sticking out to me more than the others. Just sit with it for a minute. Pause the video if you need to. Okay, you'll see I've added some crystals to help with your decision. Now, if you're torn between a couple of different piles, you may actually have more than one message that is meant for you. I think on my last tarot reading that I did a couple of months ago, there were like sister piles. So people who chose one pile were actually really drawn to one of the other ones, and the messages kind of went together. But I never know if the messages are going to go together until I do the tarot readings, because they are pretty much, well, they're live for me. They're recorded for you, but they're live for me. So I never know. Like, I have no idea what card is in this pile, or this pile. So just take a moment, sit with it. And as always, if you feel drawn to more than one, then you can watch more than one, because you might have more than one message. They might be about different things, because this message is just whatever you need to hear, whatever you need to know. So I'm not putting a focus on it like career or love or anything like that for this particular reading, but please do subscribe if you enjoy the message and you want to see more content like this and book content as well. And as always, leave me a comment. Let me know which pile you chose and if it resonated with you. So the timestamps are going to be down below for the chapters. So let's go ahead and let's get into your reading. All right, so pile number 1, you guys actually chose the amethyst right here. And this one aligns with the third eye chakra. So if you've been having some issues seeing what is coming for you in the future, then that might also be a sign that this pile is meant for you. And what's also interesting is this is the only one that has multiple cards. The other piles all only had one, but when I was shuffling the deck, all 4 of these came out. So 4 is a lucky number for you. There's some more confirmation. As always, when I get into the readings, if you're not feeling that this pile is for you and you feel like you want to go to a different one, you can always switch. So let's find out what these 4 cards are. And sometimes I take reversals and sometimes I don't, which means that sometimes if the cards are flipped upside down, I'll read them that way. But in this, I just am not feeling it today. All right, so you have the 4 of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, the 7 of Swords, and the Queen of Cups. Okay, so what these 4 are showing me is you've been working really, really hard on something. Something has or is about to pay off, and it's something that you've been really, really nervous about. It's something that maybe you've just started. It's something that you've been thinking about in your mind for a really long time. Or if you haven't started it and you haven't kind of set that ball in motion, this is a sign to start that thing. Because what I'm sensing is you've kind of been thinking about it. You've turned over a new leaf and you've begun. What I'm almost getting is that this is like a business project or something at work, or like a side project that could make you money. You have thought about it, but you've been really anxious is what I'm seeing. There's a lot of anxiety in your mind about this, and it's kind of like you've been going back and forth, but what you feel like it could actually fit your life better or improve your life, but you're like, oh, do I have the time and energy for this sort of situation to happen? So it's very interesting because it's a lot of work, and this could either be literal work or this could be mind work that you've had to work on with a situation that you've had just a lot of anxiety about. Like something may have happened to you that you've had to fix a lot of things. It's been a lot of work to fix these things, either on your own with another person. I'm almost sensing like the place that you live, like some of you might be moving, or you're like, should I move? Should I stay? So it's kind of this in-between kind of energy for you. Let's go ahead and let's get a few more cards to see what you need to hear. What does group 1 need to know about the situation? Oh, we just almost had like a bunch of cards come out again, but whenever that happens, I like to make them come out again because I want to make sure it's really meant to be. And what does, oh, yep, they all just spilled out again. This is really interesting. There's one. Ooh, okay, so this is kind of going on a journey energy here. Like this is something, and we're getting a lot of pentacles. This is a lot of work. So it's something going on that you are going to have to put a lot of work in, or that you have had to put a lot of work in, and you kind of rested, but it's still been, you've been really thinking about it. Oh my gosh, did you just see all those cards fly off the table? I don't know if you guys could see that, but these ones came up, and then a ton of cards just flew off the table. Hold on, let me grab those. And this is what I mean by it. Sometimes I don't know whether to take the ones that are on the table or not. And in fact, we may just switch decks here because I really want to see what's going on. Because sometimes if I switch decks and then you get the same cards that come out, it becomes really clear. So let's try that. All right. What does group 1 need to know right now? Now, what can they do to ease this anxiety that I'm feeling? I'm just feeling like you're not sure which path to take. What's going on? What does group number 1 need to do? Oh, okay. Okay, so this was the first one that came out. The Knight of Pentacles. See, so many pentacles. This one's kind of telling me like you need to just do it. You need to trust yourself, and you just need to go on the journey, because look at this. We have 2, let me move these over. I told you. Isn't that weird? Isn't that really weird? That group number 1, that's really odd. That I said if you get 2 of the same cards, then we're really going to know. But then look what happened. The very next card that came out with this other deck is the same as this one. So this one's really like, you need to focus on this. This is something that you've been thinking about, but it needs to come to the forefront of your mind and the forefront of your life. And yes, it is going to be a journey. There will be some anxiety, but it really has to do with your highest fulfillment and what you are meant to do in this life. And what I'm almost hearing is that it's going to inspire other people. Like right now, the journey is just for you, but it's going to inspire other people. What's the other card that came out? Ooh, okay. So this could be like, the Lovers are so interesting because it tells of, obviously love, but the Lovers card also often has the connotation of a contract or signing some kind of contract. So this could be leading you to love, whatever you need to focus on, whatever you need to do. Or it could be kind of signing some kind of contract with someone. Like it is going to be love or business. Okay, you've really been agonizing over this. You've got the Hanged one, which really just shows that you've been agonizing over this. Oh, you're not sure if you're the person to like, if this is like, other people have already done this, is what I'm sensing. Is you're like, well, why would I do this? Because other people have already done it, and how would mine be any different? But what I'm getting is that yours would be completely different. And yep, you've really been having a lot of anxiety. I think what you've been doing is you've kind of been like looking around and you're like, no, look, everyone, oh, okay, something else came out. Everyone's been, okay, look at all these swords. So much anxiety. The 7 of Swords, again, it feels like you started this, but then you walked away is almost what I'm getting here. And maybe you even started this project with a loved one or with a potential partner, and you were afraid it was going to ruin your relationship. This is funny. This is not one of the tarot cards, but this one just jumped out. This one's just like a particular card in this deck where it says everything is fine. So what I'm seeing, like this one's the same as the Ten of Swords. You've been doing a lot of doom scrolling. You've been doing a lot of like sitting and waiting and wondering, but definitely move forward. That's the message that I'm getting here. Let's see if we can get, we'll use a couple more decks to get you a really clear message here, group number 1. But what I'm really feeling is that you've been kind of stuck and you've been pretty stagnant and you're like, I don't really know like what I'm supposed to do, but like you have an idea, or you just feel like you need to change things. Yep, look at this. Patience came out. So everything happens in divine order. So things are meant to happen, and this has been kind of like a journey for you. I'm almost sensing like you weren't the same person when you started this journey, like when you first started thinking about this, than you are now. But that's exactly how it needed to be. It needed to happen that way because you needed the life experience that you have. Judgment. So you are a little bit afraid of what people might think of you. But just know that everyone has their own unique path and their own challenges to focus on. So if people are judging you, maybe it's because they don't know what their path is, and they're not sure what to do either. What I'm also sensing is that you have had some roadblocks. The grief and the Lovers card and all of this anxiety with the swords almost seems like, and look, what's interesting is I didn't even say this, but you got the Seven of Swords twice as well. So group number 1, this is very interesting that you got the Knight of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. So really, I think this anxiety and this grief has been holding you back. And for some of you, I think you might have started this journey when you were in a different relationship. You were with someone and they kind of said they were going to go on this journey with you, and they didn't. So I think that's been part of it, is finding yourself, and really kind of like your life feels like it was flipped upside down and you've had to find yourself. You've had to figure out what to do, and maybe you're still not sure what to do. But I think essentially what this pile and what this whole entire message is telling us is that you need to move forward and you are worth it. Even if it's just you doing it, it is going to bring you to your highest path of fulfillment and perhaps a new relationship. And this could be romantic or just a friendship. And I was talking to one of my friends the other day that I met at work, and it's just so funny how life works out. Like I almost took a totally different job and I never would have met her. And it's just funny how one small thing can really change the course of your life. So let's see what else you need to know. This deck is super peaceful. This is like this like Soul of the Ocean deck, and in the back of it they're all like super peaceful. So let's get a few more cards and see what you need to know, group number 1. And while I'm shuffling, again, if this is resonating with you, one of the most fun things about these tarot readings is getting to connect with you guys and getting to see what you think about the message. And I never know what it's going to mean to you guys until I see all the comments. So definitely leave me a comment below. Even if you're usually like a silent watcher, let me know if you connected with this pile, or maybe you're gonna watch 2 piles. We got the Forgive card. May you let it be. So this seems like something definitely happened, I think, with this idea, or like just something on your path. Like you felt like you were going, and then something just occurred, and it almost feels like someone hurt you, or someone kind of abandoned you. I'm getting like an abandonment situation is really what I'm feeling. We also got Hope. May the horizon always sustain you. So again, like you might be journeying from here all the way out, or maybe you're coming from out at sea to shore. You're kind of coming back home. What I'm feeling is that you're kind of coming back into yourself, and you need to let that happen and not let this anxiety consume you, okay? Because it feels like you've just kind of been like topsy-turvy, and that anxiety has been consuming you, but you need to just kind of let it go. Exactly. Oh my gosh, you need to shine and let all of your light be seen. And I think that's so interesting that your crystal has to do with your third eye chakra, because it's like you have all these big ideas and these things that you want for your life, and what I'm sensing is just like the sense of stagnancy. It's not going where you thought it was. It's not going where you want it to go. You're not totally sure how to get yourself out of that, but just continually moving forward and doing little things that make you happy, and doing little things are going to change your path and bring you to this highest fulfillment right here, and kind of get you out of this like, oh, my life feels like it's totally upside down. I am sensing that you have a lot of anxiety that things aren't happening right away. Like you might see other people just like quickly changing careers, or quickly having their idea come to fruition, or knowing who they are. And what I want you to remember is that things are highlight reel, and judgment from others, that's just might be a reflection of their own insecurities. So just have that hope. Forgive yourself, forgive whoever hurt you. Someone or something deeply hurt you, and you've been really grieving about it. Maybe you have like some unresolved, like you never got to say what you wanted to say. Excuse me. You never got to say what you wanted to say. And actually what's so funny is I felt like I was losing my voice there in that moment. And normally I cut those out, but I think I'm actually going to leave it in, because I think exactly what I was saying, you didn't get to say what you needed to say. Like it felt like there was something stuck in my throat. Like there was a blockage there. So I think this message for you, group number 1, is to free yourself from your own judgment, free yourself from the judgment of other people, keep moving forward, keep doing things for you, and things are going to fall into place. So I hope this was able to give you a bit of clarity. And again, if this really resonated with you, please like this video and leave me a comment below, because I love to get to see. And also, if you feel like one of the other piles was kind of like calling to you a little bit, maybe watch it, because we'll see what happens. I haven't done the reading yet for those ones, so you guys are the first. And sometimes I also have you guys take screenshots and then come back and look at this later and see what stood out to you. So do that if that feels right to you. I know you can't see all the different cards, but you can see some of them. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the tarot content, and please subscribe if you want more of this, more book content. And just thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped, and just take a big sigh of relief. Like that's what I'm feeling right now. Just take a big breath. Everything's going to be okay. All right. Thanks so much, group number 1. I will see you next time. And thank you so much for watching. Okay, group number 2. This is Yellow Jade, and it has to do with ambition and dreams. So if you've been having some interesting dreams lately, that might be some confirmation for you. Let's see what your first card is. Ooh, okay. The Lovers. This may be a love reading. Very interesting, group number 2. All right, let's find out what group number 2 needs to know. Okay, so this is really interesting. These just flew out and I had to grab them off of the ground. So we've got the Ace of Swords and the 5 of Cups. So this could signify one of two things here. And I'll go through a bunch of different scenarios, and we'll also get some more context from the cards. But just from these 3 alone, I'm sensing you've had a lot of anxiety in your mind, and you've had to let go of some things having to do with either a past or a present partner. And there's something going on. It's like I'm almost sensing, whether you're wondering whether your person is ever going to come into your life, or you're not sure if the person that you're currently with is the person for you. And what's so interesting is you got the 2 of Pentacles. So it's almost like you're ready to do the work, but you're not sure if somebody else is ready to do the work with you. And there is someone who is ready to do the work. The Knight of Cups. It's so interesting. It's always like the Knight in Shining Armor card here, where it's like there is someone who is emotionally available here for you, but I definitely am sensing that your past partners or the people that you were involved with last were not emotionally availably there for you. And that has really, really hurt you and kind of caused a lot of anxiety. But what I'm sensing is that you need to really kind of trust your oh my gosh. You need to trust your intuition and not let your anxiety get the best of you here, because we've got all this duality here. We've got the 2 of Pentacles, like you're doing the work. We've got these 2 here. The Moon is always, whenever I see this one, it's like you're being buried by emotions and you need to trust your intuition. And there's like a white wolf and a black wolf over here, and they're both like working toward the same goal, but they're separated. So you might be in separation with this person, or maybe you haven't seen them in a long time, or maybe you haven't met them yet. I think that you're going to know for your specific situation, and you can leave me a comment below. I was just telling group number 1 that one of the best things, like the tarot readings, they do take a lot of energy, but doing them is always so incredibly fascinating because I love to see what comes out. Like, it's always a surprise for me too. The message is always a surprise for me. And then I love getting to interact with all of you and getting to see what your individual situations are with the different piles, because there are certain people that they're like, oh my gosh, this is my pile. And then they tell me in the comments and I'm just like, whoa, I love that we were able to kind of get this message for you and have it resonate so strongly. And if it's not resonating with you really strongly, then you can always choose kind of like the pile you were looking at the second most and you were feeling drawn to second. So sometimes the initial pile that you choose, you're like, I don't know, like you can always go to the other one, or you can watch two. I always encourage, sometimes you have multiple messages in multiple areas of your life. Like the last one, group number 1, was not a love reading. This one feels more like love. This one feels, I definitely am just feeling in my heart like some heaviness, group number 2. And if that is resonating with you, again, please start reading that comment or give this video a like so I can see, and just because it's so interesting for me to see what's going on. Group number 2, you've been sad. Like, you have been in your feelings about this. Oh my gosh. And just as I say that, let me start moving these around so we can see more cards. We have the 9 of Swords. Oh my gosh. Okay, so it just feels like you've cried yourself to sleep. You've been having so much anxiety over this. It's almost like over what this person, like you're not sure if this person is for you or if you're ever going to meet your person, because I feel like this has a variety of different viewers. Like, some people have a person in mind and some people are just waiting. But what I'm sensing is that all of this is going to mean something. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. This is like, I always say these two are like sister cards, and it has felt like it's been a long journey, and sometimes the numbers are significant. So I'm almost sensing this has been like the past 6 or 9 months that you feel like you've maybe been with this person, or you feel like you've been ready for this person, or in the next 6 to 9 months you will meet this person, depending on your situation. And what's so funny is I feel like you have kind of come into your own, or you've kind of lost a little bit of your own vibrancy, and that needs to come back. Always stay true to who you are in order to make sure that what you need is coming for you. And what's so interesting is I'm getting the 10 of Pentacles, and then right below it, the 5 of Pentacles, which is so interesting because this is like half of 10. 10 is really like the fulfillment card, like the family card, like this is your happy ending. And then 5 is like the anxiety halfway through the work and halfway through all of this. And I'm kind of almost sensing from this actually that you've had kind of like an up and down. Like, sometimes you're feeling really confident about things, and then sometimes it's like you're at your lowest low. And for some of you who haven't met your person yet, it's almost like you are really happy with your own life a lot of the time, and then sometimes you're like, well, I just wanted to share this with someone, and it feels like everybody else is meeting their person and I'm not meeting mine. And then for those of you who are with someone, it seems like it's been a little bit of an up and down relationship, and you're trying to decide whether putting in the work is worth it, or whether, they're going to be emotionally there for you, like we said before. So let's try a different deck. Let's get some more information, because I already feel like group number 2, you had so much information come out here. So let's see. Oh, okay. So many just came out. Hold on. These over here for a second to grab all of these. It's so funny. Group number 1 got one of these too, where this deck just has some random cards in it that are not tarot cards, but they just have funny messages. So there's that for you. And then we also got, okay, 2 of Pentacles. Okay, this is so funny. I told group number 1 that when we switch decks, if we got the same card of any of these, then it really shows that message is meant to be. And the same thing happened for you. The first tarot card out of the second deck is the same as one of the ones we already had, which is crazy. That doesn't happen very often. So it's interesting that it happened twice in one video. That's wild. So the 2 of Pentacles really shows a lot of balance, and that this person is going to be able to meet you halfway. They are going to be able to do the work with you. They're going to be able to dig deep. And there's a lot of duality here. And in this card, you can even see like the infinity symbol, where it's like this is going to be a soul connection, someone that you've met before, and not met before maybe in this lifetime, but just like they're going to feel familiar. And that's why you kind of might be having so much anxiety over it, is because they're close, or because you're just not sure if like this is the person for you. We have the 3 of Pentacles, which shows me that you've been trying a lot of different things. Like I'm almost sensing, this is so funny, but whenever I see this card, it makes me think of like you've been trying different things, like putting in the work, like almost going on different dating apps and things like that. It seems like maybe you've been thinking of travel. And that's something like just going somewhere, like you feel a little bit stifled, like you just need to get out of your current situation, which is true. Oh my gosh. Okay, now we have the 2 of Wands, more duality here. So you've been thinking, like looking from a different vantage point. And I think like the travel here, the trying new things and the travel is going to be really key for you here. Because, okay, another 2, another duality. Look at this. You've been having so much anxiety about like, should I do this? Should I do this? Just do anything. I think anything is going to help relieve the stagnancy and anxiety that you're feeling. And this person, like you can't do anything wrong. This person is going to come into your life whether you do one thing or whether you do the other thing. That's what I think I'm sensing. It's almost like you're not sure whether you're going to make the right decision in order to be able to meet them. And the 8 of Cups here, this is like you're so close, because if we had the 10 of Cups, that would show me that the cycle is complete, but the 8 shows me that you're almost there, but you have the Knight of Cups waiting for you. So this person has also been doing their own work, and they've kind of been maturing, and maybe that's why you haven't met them yet, or like you're both working on things separately so that you can kind of help each other out. And something that I'm seeing here is that your person is going to trigger some things in you that will bring up some past anxiety, but it's all about how you work through those things. It's about how you heal those wounds from the past, those past anxieties, and whether you keep repeating the cycle and let them kind of drown you, or whether you work through it and you get to the other side, and then you're just like, it's going to be this harmonious energy here where you won't have to be so worried all the time, but it is some work. You are going to have to put in some work to get there. This is so funny. We got the Lovers card again. So funny that you've gotten 2 of the same card, and there's so much duality in this reading. So let's go ahead and let's switch to another deck. Let's see. I'm sensing for you guys, let's do the Ocean deck. What are some things that you can focus on to help bring this love into your life, or help kind of propel this love into existence here? And again, I'm sensing there are a few different situations of people who are watching this, so you'll kind of know what is meant for you and what you can kind of interpret what this means for you, since it is a general reading for the collective. Someone asked me if I was doing individual readings. Like I got a couple of emails, and I actually am thinking about doing some individual readings. So leave a comment. I might give away like 1 or 2 per month. I definitely might give away 1 or 2 per month to the people who have joined on my channel. Like there's a little join button down below next to the subscribe, like above the comments when you're watching this on a phone or a computer, I think. So I'm definitely going to give away some to my book besties, but I might just give away some to people in the comments. So leave a comment if you're interested, and I may give you one. Oh my gosh, this is so interesting. Like I felt like I was shuffling forever, but we got present. So just be in the present. What I'm sensing is you are a little bit anxious about things that have happened in the past. Like you were definitely hurt by someone or multiple people. And it seems like for some of you, it's like you're going to get back with that person. And for some of you, it's going to be a totally different person that is going to help soothe your fears and not worry so much. I feel like there was just so much worry is what I'm getting. And just learning how to grow again, like we said, like just kind of stretching your reach and kind of growing and becoming the best version of you is going to help this balanced, loving relationship come into your life. Let's see. Should we do one of these? Let's just do one of these. Let's see. Is there anything group 2 needs to know? So funny how this one was group number 2 and we've had so many dualities. Oop. Sometimes they fall on the floor and I have to go get them. Growth. Okay, interesting that we have stretch and growth together here, that you're expanding your consciousness and awareness. So again, this is what this is really telling me is you need to trust your intuition and not worry so much about fear, because when you're living in the energy of fear, it doesn't leave room for love and it keeps you locked in the past. With all of your anxiety, I think being honest with yourself is really going to help. Being honest with yourself and just kind of reflecting and working through that is going to bring you some inner peace. Because I think there have been some things where you're like, you're still kind of holding on to some of these things and they're giving you a little bit of anxiety. But the closer you can get to your own just happiness, the more you're going to have this balanced love energy find you. So this is a very interesting and very different reading from group number 1. So group number 2, I hope this resonated with you. Again, if you're feeling like one of those other piles was sticking out to you, please feel free to go watch that one as well. Leave me some comments so I can see kind of what's going on in your lives and we can reflect on this in a few months and see what happened. And as always, subscribe, like this video so I know you like the tarot content, because I know it's a little different than normal. Thank you so much for sticking around to watch the whole thing, and I will see you next time. Bye, group number 2. All right, group number 3, welcome to your reading. This is so funny, but before I begin, this card and this little crystal actually just got lost when I was doing the other readings. So this is actually carnelian right here, and what's so funny is that this went back into the box. Like I have this box full of crystals. Let me show you. That my mom got me. Thanks, Mom. But I have this little box and it is like the chakra stone. So I thought this just felt like it would be appropriate for this reading. So you can see that I've gotten 3 of them here out of this plastic because it's brand new. And what's weird is I had the other 2 sitting out here. Like I had them all 3 at the beginning of the video sitting out here, right? But then when I went to go grab this one was like fully back in the plastic. And it was just really weird that it was back in there. So what I want to ask you, group 3, is have you been losing things? Did you lose something? Have you been finding things in strange places around your house? I don't know. Maybe that doesn't resonate with you, but I just thought I would ask you because that felt really weird. I was like, wait, where did the crystal go? And why did it end up back in the box underneath the plastic after I just set it to the side? Super weird. If that does resonate with you, let me know in the comments. Like I was telling the other groups, part of the fun of this for me, like doing these readings, is that I never know what's going to come out either. And I never know if it's going to be a love reading, work, just general, whatever it's going to be, or if it's kind of combined. So when I get to do these, the fun for me, well, it's just fun for me to do it. But part of the fun is later when you guys are all watching it, getting to read your comments and getting to see like, oh my gosh, this resonated for me, or this felt like it was meant directly for me. So please, 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 as you're watching this, feel free to take screenshots of cards or parts of it that you feel like are really meant for you so you can look back on it. And then also please leave me a comment so I can see what you guys are thinking, because that's so much fun for me to get to read through. And I hope that it really helps with some sort of situation that's going on with you. And if this one doesn't feel like it's so meant for you, group 3, you can always go watch group number 1 or number 2, or maybe there are multiple, or maybe there are sister piles like in our last reading. So without further ado, sorry about that long intro. Let's get into it. Let's see what you've got here. Okay, so your first card is the 7 of Cups, which is so interesting. Okay, this one is the one that came out because it's like you've been trying to make a decision about something or a few different things. Like you felt kind of torn in different directions. Let's get some more cards to clarify and see what group number 3 needs to know. But what's so funny, like the reason I think that is funny is because you've got like a snake crawling out from underneath this cup here. And then you've just got him like looking around, like he's almost looking around for something. So I guess group number 3, what I'm asking you is, what are you looking for? What's going on? So what does group 3 need to know? Are they looking for something? Are they looking to make a life change? Let's find out. Ooh, okay. Whenever this card comes out, I love this card so much. This is one of my very favorite cards in this entire deck, the Sun. Let me show you so you can see the beautiful artwork. Oh, one of those decks behind me just collapsed a little bit. But the Sun essentially means that really good things are coming for you. So if you've been kind of like, you've been looking for something, you feel like there's something missing in your life, you've been trying to figure out which path to take, know that you have really positive things coming for you in the future. Those two just really jumped out. Let's see what they are. Okay. We've got the Page of Cups. So oh, interesting. And the Six of Pentacles. Okay, so I almost feel like this side of the cards and this side of the cards kind of balance each other out. So you've got the Page of Cups came out first. It's like you've got something where you're like, I want this to happen. But I know it sounds crazy. Like, I feel like you've said that phrase to someone recently. I know this sounds crazy, but... And I want you to tell me what that is. I'm so curious, group number 3. What's the thing that you felt like you're crazy about? That you're like, I know this might sound nuts, but I think that this could happen. What is it? Oh my gosh, I want to know so bad. There's something you've been working on. There's something that you've been thinking about. And it's like a new leaf. And you're trying to figure out which direction to go. For some of you, I actually think you've had a choice between 2 jobs. Or a choice between going somewhere. Like, I'm almost feeling going or staying. Group number 3, what does that mean? Oh my gosh, why am I so curious about this group? The other ones I felt a little more solid about. This one is like, I think this is a really specific reading. Sometimes I do these and they're really specific and like you will know what they mean. Oh my gosh. Okay, same with this, the Fool. So you're taking a leap of faith on something. What is it? That you just need to you need to let it go and it will happen. It'll happen for you because you're ready for it to come into your life. You've kind of taken all the necessary steps. It might be like, it almost feels like you've won the lottery. Like maybe not the real lottery, I don't know, but it feels like you are like this like independent, creative mind and something has happened for you that you almost can't believe it, or that's what's coming up for you, where it's like you can't believe that this is your life. Like when you look back on this compared to what you have gone through, it's just like mind-blowing. I feel like you've had so much anxiety, you've had to work so hard, you've had to really trailblaze in a lot of different ways. I don't know what that means, but it's like you've had to do things by yourself and nobody has really been able to give you advice. They've been able to kind of be there for you, but I do sense that like this is something you've had to do for yourself. I'm feeling just a lot of entrepreneur energy, like a lot of like there's something technology related. Is it social media? I don't know. Like there's just something, it's like a business, or maybe you've been thinking about starting a business. Have you been thinking about starting a YouTube channel or a TikTok? Like selling something? I'm trying to figure out what it is. I don't know. You're gonna know. And if this isn't resonating with you, then go to one of the other piles because I think this is a very, very, very specific reading. Let's switch decks. With the other 2 readings that I did for group 1 and group 2, when I switched decks, the same card came out for one of these to really kind of give that confirmation. So let's see if the second deck, what does group 3 need to know? Oh, a bunch of them came out at the same time. I'm gonna make them do it again. Let's see. What does group 3 need to know about their message? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So you have been feeling a little bit torn. It's almost like you tried this and it didn't work out, but you still have a little bit of hope left. But I'm sensing this was a while ago. Like you tried this, but this time will be different is what I'm hearing. Whatever that means to you, is that this time will be different. 2 of Wands. Okay, so some balance there, that you're kind of like ramping this back up. And look, she has a phone in her hand. See, I swear this is like some sort of social media something. I don't know what it means. Like you're like cooking something up. Like you've had some anxiety about it, but I feel like you've mastered that anxiety and you're like, you know, this might be a crazy idea, but see, again, the star makes me think that like you are meant for these huge things, like, and the emperor energy, like you're getting into like the star, the emperor energy. The 7 of Cups, money is coming your way. Seriously, I don't know what this is, guys. What is it? But good things are coming your way. Whatever this crazy idea is, you need to sprint toward it. And what I'm sensing is it's not going to happen overnight, but it's going to happen like pretty quickly for you once you really just like let go and let things happen, because you've already planted the necessary seeds and now they're ready to go. And what I'm sensing, oh my gosh, this is so interesting. Some people are going to be really envious of you, and some people might talk down about your idea and might be like, no, that's crazy and that's way too crazy, and your life might change, but in a good way. You're going to kind of shed those people who are the naysayers, who are not really going to support you the way you need to be supported. So you might worry about that, but you don't need to worry, is what I'm getting. Like, you haven't fully committed to this thing because you've been worried in the past. And again, you've been saying to people like, this might sound crazy, but this really has to do with trusting your divine energy and your divine purpose. There's a lot of purple in here too, a lot of purple, a lot of red energy. So that to me feels like that's like spiritual and moving forward energy. Let's see, let's get a little bit of, this one almost feels like career. This is so funny that all 3 readings in this video were like different topics. So again, if one of those other piles was really standing out to you, then you might just have another one in this video that's another type. So you might want to go watch one of those. Let's see, we've got journey and we've got play. So may you seek adventure and may you seek out fun and connection. So more purple here. But as you're kind of seeking out this journey, make sure you're having fun. Make sure you're enjoying the journey, because I feel like this is all going to go so quickly for you that it's like you're almost going to wish that you like journaled, or you took more pictures, or you just documented things. You know, because like you're going to look back on this and you're going to be like, wow, my life is so different and I never could have imagined. And you are incredibly resilient. You've weathered these storms. I think that your path, again, is not going to be without difficulty, but I do feel like it has cleared significantly. You just need to have faith that things are going to, look at this, worry and faith. So it's like you've had a lot of worry, but you just need to have faith and hold steady and just trust the entire journey. So group number 3, my goodness. I feel like having some gratitude. Here's some more purple. Here's a nice little rainbow for you. This one says, may you honor all that you receive. So there's so much receiving energy in this group number 3. So what I'm sensing is that you are really going to be in your receiving energy. Like, let the money, let the ideas, let all the fruits of your labor, because it's really, let's go back down here, like the Queen of Pentacles, that's all about like just sitting in your energy that you've already expended and letting all these things come to you. And the Fool is like just letting go and letting your life path kind of get you there. So drop the worry, have fun, have gratitude, document things is what I'm feeling. Like, just kind of let it be, but document things along the way, because you've got like your star energy, you've got this Emperor energy, whatever you feel like you've been kind of thinking about and kind of like creating in the background, that is going to inspire other people as well, is what I'm feeling. Like, it's not even, this isn't even all just for you. This is going to inspire and create kind of a domino effect with other people. So don't be afraid anymore. You've got this. Don't worry. Let it go. Take a deep breath. And please, 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 this one, like, I've been curious about all the piles, obviously. I'm always curious. But this one specifically, please let me know what you felt like this resonated with you about, or if you have any ideas, or maybe even just let it, if you chose this pile and you're like, I watched this whole thing, but I'm not totally sure, sit with it for a couple of days, because I think it might come to you. You might have to just meditate a little bit and sit with it, be like, oh, that's what it is. So come back if you think of it in a couple of days. As always, leave me a comment. Let me know what resonated with you. Let me know if you watched multiple piles. We can see if there are any trends with all the viewers. Give this video a like if you like the tarot content and you want a little bit more. And also subscribe as always so you can make sure that you don't miss any of my tarot or book content. So group number 3, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you, and I hope it brought you some clarity, and I'm excited to see what you'll do with it. So I'll see you next time.